The Chinese Grand Prix was this weekend, and for those of us here in the Midwest, the race was at 2 a.m.
I'm tired of this, Grandpa.
That's too damn bad!
And while this isn't an F1 channel, I just wanted to take this opportunity to laugh at the Europeans. This was a sprint weekend, meaning that we had a Kyle Larson-sized race on Saturday night here in the States, followed by the big race on Sunday that only complete psychopaths stayed up to watch. Long story short, Lewis Hamilton won his first event for Ferrari on Saturday by running away with the sprint race. But come Sunday, Ferrari proved they were still Ferrari and got both Hamilton and Charles Leclerc disqualified.
I hurt myself today.
Lewis Hamilton was disqualified for his rear wear plate being 0.5 millimeter too small. And since the only thing that Americans measure in millimeters are bullets, that's around 1/18 of the bullet that's fired from your SIG P320 when you drop it on the ground. Chuck Leclerc was disqualified because his car was 1 kilogram underweight. And since the only thing that Americans measure in kilos is Colombian powdered sugar, that's approximately 8.5 McDonald's cheeseburgers, or what I like to call a light snack. There's a bunch of other dumb shit that happened, like Yeti Snowball's front wing exploding for no fucking reason at all, or Pierre Frenchie getting disqualified. But this is America, and we really don't give a fuck. So let's move on to IndyCar, otherwise known as We Have F1 at Home, the F1 at Home. This week's race was at Thermal Club. Now, when you think Thermal Club, think that a super high-end country club, but instead of the main attraction being a golf course, think of it as having a fucking racetrack. Now, that sounds awesome, but it's in California, so it's going to secede from the union pretty soon. This was the first ever points race for IndyCar at Thermal Club, and some of the drivers literally went into the race having never raced at Thermal Club ever. And I'd love to tell you how good of a race it was, but we'll get to that later.
In the business, we call this foreshadowing.
So on to NASCAR. This week's race was the Straight Talk Wireless, wherever the fuck it was, race at Homestead Miami Speedway. At Miami, cars run so close to the wall that you often see the entire right side of the car scuffed up. They are closer to the wall than I am to doing a base jump without a parachute. Going into the weekend, Kyle Larson was attempting to do the sweep by trying to win the truck race on Friday, the Xfinity race on Saturday, and then the Cup race on Sunday. He won the truck race, and he did so after spinning himself out for no reason, kind of halfway through the race. Spins himself out, but, it's the truck race, and he's a Cup driver. He just drove his ass to the front. In the Xfinity race, a standard bullshit spin by some midfield nobody causes a green-white checkered. During the restart, Sam Mayer completely railed Kyle up the ass, lifting his back tires off the ground, meaning car no-go room. So, Kyle lost this race to Justin Allgaier.
Well, no. Right, you get him out of it. Go on, fuck off.
On lap 71, Christopher Bell pulls a Danica Patrick, a solo spin on the front stretch for no reason at all. Now, Christopher Bell won 3 races in a row so far this year, but since then, he's forgotten how to drive a car. During the pit stops on lap 85, the 21 of Josh Berry is coming out of his pit box, and right in front of him comes out the 22 of Joey Logano. Unfortunately for Josh, but not Joey, because fuck Joey, the 5 of Kyle Busch was already to the inside of the 11 of Denny Hamlin. Now, pit road at Miami is super narrow, and there's no way you're going to go 4 wide on pit lane. So Berry and Logano do a synchronized spin to where they're now facing backwards, pointing up pit road. Joey and Josh then drive the wrong way up pit road back to their boxes for repairs. This also leaves a hole in the side of Kyle Larson's car. Now let me take a second to review NASCAR's rules. Driving 51 in a 50, penalty. Dropping a tire, penalty. Driving through too many other pit boxes, penalty. Driving the wrong way up pit road like I did back in NASCAR 06, completely okay. Well done, everybody. On lap 91, Fox pulls a Ferrari strategy with the IndyCar coverage on Big Fox and has technical difficulties. To cover up this deeply embarrassing fact, Fox throws the coverage over to the race in Miami. When Big Fox finally goes back to Thermal Club at what was lap 122 of the NASCAR race, after missing a fuck ton of laps of the IndyCar race, They get video back, but no audio. They then immediately cut it to commercial. Between this colossal fuck up and all the ad breaks that Fox puts in a race, I don't think we actually saw an IndyCar race this weekend. Fox has proven that they can fuck up just about anything. You could ask Fox to make you a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and somehow, some way, they would burn the entire fucking neighborhood down while committing some light genocide in the process. On lap 126, the 99 of Daniel Suarez Danica's at the entrance to pit road, but since it was at the entrance to pit road, the race stayed green. He can't even cause a caution correctly. While watching this replay, I have zero fucking idea how Daniel managed to spin here. On lap, who the fuck knows, because it happened during commercial break, the 12 of Ryan Blaney has another engine go boom. This is 2 engines blowing up in the last 3 races. You remember the Note 7? You know, the phone that would turn you into an ISIS member because the batteries were made by literal fucking morons? At this point, I'm convinced the team from Samsung, who made the Note 7 back in the day, is now making Ryan Blaney's engines. Coming down to the wire, you have the 48 of Alex Bowman ahead of the 5 of Kyle Larson. Here we go. A great setup for a good battle between teammates. This is exactly what we all look for.
There it is. Watch it. Oh, he's in it hard, too.
Pull off of it, pull off of it.
And here comes Larson. And Kyle Larson takes the lead.
Well, that was fun while it lasted. So Kyle Larson wins. For depriving us of the magic sweep, Sam Mayer will be publicly tarred and feathered, then paraded around the track at Martinsville next week. This will be more entertaining to watch than the actual racing at Martinsville using the short track package. So let's give out some weekly awards. The This Is Why No One Likes You, You Big Dumb Dipshit of the Week goes to Fox's production team for fucking up the IndyCar coverage 2 races into this contract. The Reason Why Italy Needs Collective Therapy goes to Ferrari for being a bunch of brain-dead fucking morons. The Mamma Mia That's a Spicy Meatball award goes to Ryan Blaney for having his car catch fire after the engine goes bang, and nobody giving enough of a fuck to actually put the fire out. And the FBI's Most Wanted Terrorist goes to Ford for making Ryan Blaney drive with an IED every week. Moving on, we have now completed 6 races so far this season. So let's take a look at our list of, is this person even fucking racing right now? First off, we have Kyle Busch, who had a strong showing at COTA, but has been missing in action ever since. We have Brad Keselowski, proving that being an owner-driver is a terrible fucking idea. We have Ty Gibbs, who is all bad all the time. And we have J.J. Yaley again, who raced this week. How does J.J. Yaley still have a cup ride? And I know it's part-time, but how does he have a cup ride? As I said earlier, next week is at Martinsville, and it'll be the first short track race of the season. So everyone get your pitchforks and torches ready, because according to Kyle Busch, the short track package is still fucked. We ride at dawn. So in summary, Kyle Larson was going to sweep, but got fucked by some random nobody. Fox is committing human rights abuses in the Congo. Ryan Blaney is now a sleeper agent for Ford, and he will be sent to assassinate Brian France using an engine as a suicide vest. F1 has changed the rules to disallow Ferrari from existing, and the short track package is fucked, and we're all